Hey there, fellow blacksmiths and machinists. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Vintage Story Frostlands. Episode 41, Prepping for Power. Alright, it's 3 in the morning, so I should have some daylight soon. And that will help with this search. I'm technically only one resin away from being able to do the gear wheel, but it's not just the gear wheel I want, because I also want the, like enough for an angled gear or two. Yeah, I'll probably need 2 angled gears to be able to make power off of the center drive shaft, I think. Oh, it's negative 17C. Yeah, no wonder I was shivery. It's very cold in this biome. There's no tree here. So this one I had marked down has resin. Or... oh! Nope. That did not work. And I don't have my bandages on the hotbar. Good job, me. Sorry, Wolf. Get thumbs, loser. That was close. Okay, I won't go that way. Hopefully with daybreak it warms up too. I feel like I'm just so tantalizingly close to my goal of mechanical power. I'm just a few flax away, I'm just a few resin away, that I'm like stubbornly forging ahead, despite the fact that I'm not making a lot of progress on a minute-to-minute basis. But daylight will change that. I'll be able to spot things more easily. Hey, Van Deathheart. Thank you for the resub. So I'm not going up to the tippy tops of the trees. But I'm doing a little bit better of a job searching the sections, I think, than before. Given that I have no resin spotted in this area, and it's full of pine trees, one might assume I just haven't spotted it yet. Laws of averages and all. Because it's all pine everywhere around here. So, come on, luck. Offer me up some of that sap. Or don't. Oh, that's a big old pine tree. That'd be a neat feature if, like, the larger the pine tree, the older the pine tree, and the more likely it is to be sappy. That way, it's not just a crapshoot search. You can actually hone in on, like, larger pine trees as being, like, resin generators. Or something like that. Something more than just, like, I don't know, tree watching is what I feel like the current mechanic is. Yeah. After trimming so many trees, I've unlocked a Boro Barber. I would say Edward Scissorhands. I kind of feel like Edward here. How is there so many big pines that are completely without sap around me? Oh, what was... That was a drift... Oh, that's a shiver. A shiver doing its upside down twerking thing. And don't care. Alright, body temps back into the shiver zone. Let's fix that real quick. And I probably don't need the lantern on my offhand anymore. Searching for resin in this way almost, not quite, but almost makes me want to just like install the X-ray mod to highlight all the resin to see how bad I am at searching. Not to find it, but just to see how much resin have I overlooked because I haven't done an exhaustive search up the trunks. I mean, I won't, but it would be educational as to the density of resin versus my inability to actually find its sappy spots. Because, like, it's just about all pine trees around me, right? And I've searched, I don't know, 30 of these trees around me since I got to this section. 40 trees, something like that. Like, I have nothing to show for it. Absolutely nothing. Oh, no, there's resin right there. A little higher. Oops. I do that a lot. Alright. There we go. So let's aim for 2 more, and then I'll head home. I'll leave some of the dirt on that tree So, spot some resin right there. Maybe I just need to call the game out more often and be like, hey, game, where's my resin? And I'll find some. Yeah, I mentioned this last stream, so I don't really want to get into it again, but it would be nice to have some alternative method. Like maybe making an iron tap and hammering it into the tree, kind of like how you get maple syrup or something. Something other than just like a wild goose chase. Because wild goose chases don't feel like the player can affect the outcome as well. Even if it was very expensive to do, it would still be worth doing. Because the current meta right now, for the most part, like late game, if you're trying to do a lot of resin related building, is to just like mark it down and have like a giant highway where you revisit, once a week, which just doesn't seem like it fits the theme of the game. Oh, there we go. There is the last resin I need. All right. Oops. That should be tree-shaped. I'm going to search just a little bit more so that if for whatever reason I do need a wee bit more than the bare minimum that I think is required, I have the materials for it. But I'm not going to be shearing trees. I'm just going to be tree gawking, let's call it, as I head towards home. I have cornered the stick market. That's true. Early game, sticks were a premium, and now they are not. I have crashed the stick market. Stick coin. Yeah, I'm gonna officially call this tree gawking. Because I feel like I'm gawking at trees. Magic, thank you for the bits. So yeah, I have 4 plus the... How much did I have 6 at home, so that's 10 total? Yeah, that's all that I technically need, I think. Maybe even 9 total is what I actually need. Is that resin? What is that? Yeah, that's resin. And I am well aware there are a bunch of mods that, like, allow you to search for resin more easily. Like scoring trees, or when there's a resin spot, it's on all 4 sides. Like, I've seen those mods. I'm just playing vanilla, so I don't care that those mods exist. My request is for vanilla mechanics to fundamentally change, not for there to be mods for it, because I know there's already mods that fix this. So if you're playing for yourself, and you don't care about installing mods, like, go for it. No one's judging you about making resin finding more palatable. Oh, RAM. Oh, and thank you for the Susie and Silver Knight for the resub and the cheer, kicking off a little hype train. We're finally done with this silly search for now. The good news is, I think if I... Oh, here's some more resin. If I do need more resin... It's funny, I'm now finding it, like, kind of regularly that I'm no longer needing it. Of course. But if I need more resin, I do have enough trees marked down at this point that, like, next stream, the initial forest that I had marked probably will regen. So, once you have enough trees marked, it becomes less of a chore because you know where to go. You're not searching for it, you're just collecting it. You just have to do the footwork to forage for it ahead of time. Mark the RAM? Yeah, sure. -15. Oof, that's cold. My poor crops. I just want to, like, hang glide home. With this wind, I'd probably die. Oh, tell me I'm dry. Yes. Okay. Where do I see the temperature? I'll show you when I'm not teeter-tottering on the edge. Did anyone vote on armor yet? No, because there is no armor until I have a health hammer. So, it's down here. It's now -10. It was -15 last I checked. Outside temperature. Because it's so flippin' cold, I want to stay dry, because getting wet is gonna... Now, my body temperature already is tanking, so I'm gonna need to set another fire. You know what? We're gonna set a hobo fire. It's probably too windy. Yeah, it's too windy. Does falling into water hurt your body temp? Yes, quite a lot. Quite a lot. You'll see here, just below body temp, that you're soaking wet when you fall in water, and your body temp plummets. So, that's why I was very careful, building myself a wee little bridge here that I can use in the future. Because walking all the way around the bay would have been annoying. And here is my body temp in Celsius, so I'm waiting for it to get a little bit higher. Although it might not. It's good enough. Alright, question. Vote for the next priority. If you want me to work on... Don't vote for 7, because I can't. Well, actually, I could go searching for locusts, but if you want me to actually do the smithy stuff, you could vote for 4. If you want me to change it up, you could vote for me to change it up. And I haven't prospected around here ever, so let's do that too. So. They weren't spaced out far enough. Ilmenite. Might be the highest ilmenite yield I've seen so far. Ilmenite is essentially titanium, which is only useful for high-level refractory bricks. So I'll just show you. Refractory bricks tier 1. Oh no, I need the soft stuff. Refractory bricks tier 1 is quartz, bauxite, and clay. And I'm pretty sure I know where bauxite is, and obviously I have a lot of quartz. Refractory bricks tier 2 is that plus peridotite, or ovaline, which is found in peridotite. And then for refractory bricks tier 3, it's that plus ilmenite. So ilmenite's not useful unless you have ovaline, which is found primarily in peridotite. So, like, I don't care about ilmenite until I find peridotite or olivine. And olivine can be a little tricky to find. I'll probably, unless miraculously I stumble upon ovaline, I'll probably not bother with refractory theory. I'll just settle for refractory 1. Tips for finding borax? Borax is typically very surface. You won't find deep borax. It's usually very close to the surface. And, just wiki it. Borax is more common in certain sedimentary layers than others. So go for whatever it's most common in. Really? No fibers? Oh. Oh, there's spelt here. Is it really just one thing of spelt? Oh no, there's two things of spelt. 3. Alright, back on track. Got a little spelt grain. Alright, looks like you guys want me to tool up the gears. Copy that. So large gear section, I have all the materials up in my forge. So I'll send the forge and start making those large gear sections. Let's check it on the farm. So I have a lot of 7/9 flax in this section now. You can see with the blue tinge at the top. Some turnips getting close to 5. Some cabbage getting close to 12. Those carrots, surprisingly, aren't harvestable yet. I should, actually, before I leave here, I'm gonna reset torches. It's been a while. It's very annoying when they reset, now that snow covers everything. I have 129 pine cones. And I might need another vessel, bring a vessel from up top down here so that I can store more of my raw food, because this is still my kitchen. Okay. Prepare the forge for sales. That is my goal. So that means having everything in place so that once I have the linen for my first set of sales, which here is what sales look like. Once I have 4 linen, all I have to do is slap that on the rotor and I have mechanical power. So I'm doing all of the pre-work now. I'm using ice for glass for greenhouse? Yes. Glacier ice. Has to be glacier ice, but glacier ice will never melt. And is transparent, so you can use it for a greenhouse. The more you know. So I think I'm going to change my design here. Well, I'll build the gear section first. And then brainstorm off of that. So I need a saw. Chisel hammer. These both... yeah, they are. I'll use up my copper hammer first. Oops. Blocks. And then sticks and boards. I have plenty of sticks. That's not an issue. And my boards... I'll get some... I thought I had... Oh, no, I have boards. One, 2, Is it because my hammer? Why can't I make the next... Oh. My saw broke. Alright. Bye-bye, old saw. I like how it just, like, limply fell off. And then, new saw, I'm gonna make out of iron, I think. So, let's make a new saw. That's charcoal. Here's my brown coal. Grab the tongs. And... I'm like tempted to make it out of meteoric, but I'm gonna make it out of regular iron. Come on, Forge. Heat me up. Serves to dual purpose right now. My butt is freezing. Because this room is not enclosed, so it's just ambient in here, which is -9. -9 doesn't feel great. Fire heat is used only for your body temp? Yeah, so you can't heat rooms up with fuel sources. Game doesn't allow it. So I can't set like a forge or a fire in a room to heat the room up. I'm gonna let this get really hot so I can... There it goes. So I can work it into an ingot to... and then ingot to saw blade. So it'll be nice to have everything I need, basically all set up and done. And I think it's very viable to just, like, cave spelunk for the remaining flax I need. I mean, we'll see what you guys vote on. Ultimately, I'll leave it up to you. But I think we're very close to mechanical power, which means then very close to getting armor, or working on... Oh, there's still slag here. Working on steel. Because all I need for steel is to pulverize some quartz and pulverize some bauxite and make fire clay, and that's not too hard to do. Saw blade. The cave that's directly under my base had just a lot of surface drifters. I think adding a few doors and walls down there so I can split the groups up and have them trickle into me in an illuminated environment would make it very easy to get the last of the flax I need, because it's really not that much flax that I require. It's like maybe 6 pieces or something like that in order to build my first set of sails. With that said, because I'm using a large gear to add torque at the cost of speed, my my Helvhammer will not be fast. But it will probably run. So it's going to be 5 times slower than the rotor spins. But, you know, that's required. Okay, back to the recipe. My hammer might not have enough durability for this. We'll see. Oh, it did. Hammer's basically broken, but it's got a little life left on it. And then the full gear is an axle and 30 boards and then the gear sections. So I need to muster up an axle, which I think I have one in... Oh, let's put the tongs away. I think I have one upstairs. Oh, 2 blocks high. Or downstairs, I mean. Yep. Perfect. Pulverizer, you gotta move. I am going to construct the pulverizer down here, or maybe out on the porch, just to get it out of the way. There. I don't want to be stumbling on it. Alright, so the idea that I had is the large gear be in the center of the room, not very creative, but... And then to have this center axle, or actually the large gear needs to be driving the rotor, so it shouldn't be here anyway. So we'll have... Is that... Yeah. So I'm going to need more axles for this. Which means I need fat, which I think I have fat downstairs. Yep. But my oak wood is elsewhere. There it is. Eight is probably what I'll make for now. I don't want to make more than I can use. Alright, freezing my butt. I don't actually have a fireplace. I think that's because I do have a crucible up here, and it's very plausible that I make stuff out of crucible metal. I ought to have a fireplace up here. Plus, it's just useful to heat myself up, because I do have peat up on the top of this mountain. So, I will put it here. Just arbitrary spot. The firewood I had was up there, actually. Cool. So, I'm going to have axles feed the power down, and then have the axles angle gear to the health hammer. Basically, I want the rotor spinning the large gear, and then the large gear spinning this axle. It's hard to explain the full, like, torque to speed ratio, not in creative mode, because I would need to build a whole bunch for you to understand it a little bit better. But just know that if you have very few, if you don't have a lot of flax or sails, the way I'm building is the way to go. Oh, that's half block up. So then up here, we'll have the large gear. And I could put the large gear on it, maybe? And then have this. My base is out that way, so maybe... I don't want to come off the front, because if I add a Porsche, it will interfere. So I'll have, I'll replace some of these rooftops with full blocks, and have axles, unless the axles can float. They could float, but it will look weird. So then have axles, and I'll replace the blocks underneath. Come out here to a rotor. So the rotor is going to go there instead, driving this, which then drives the main axle. So I have to get my rotor back. And also, let's get rid of the clutch and the transmission, because... Not get rid of it, but move it. It's getting moved. So, just to save on space, I'll just plop it here for now. Alright, time for some sketchiness. I don't know where the rotor's going to go if I just chop it where it is now. And I don't... It's not the most expensive part of this, but I don't want to lose it. Okay. Is this enough for me to fit through? Yeah. Perfect. I'll eventually just, with a shovel at some point, remove all this scaffolding dirt. Just not... Thank you for tuning in to Vintage Story Frostlands, which originally streamed live on Twitch December 19th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow Vintage Story players.